Good afternoon, everyone. This is Ayokweju Falikulo from Adlo Montessori Training Center saying hello to you. It is because I'm actually concerned about a couple of things. That is the reason why I decided to come online to talk today. Hopefully, it won't be too much of a long talk. So I'd like to get into it. Once I'm able to invite a couple of people who are probably online, hopefully, just so that we can have a couple of people, just inviting some people, and then I'll get right into it. Okay, being able to invite a couple of people. Okay, so welcome. Hello, I can see I have somebody online. If you are watching this on the replay or you're joining in right now, please let me know where you're watching from and give me a shout out. Okay, so today I just want to briefly talk about the fact that our children really need us to step up. We need to become more so that we can give them the best foundation they need. A couple of conversations I've had with some people is the reason why I am talking and speaking out. I'm concerned. I'm really concerned for our children. It is a situation that makes me feel really, really sad that this is where we're at. I remember that one of the main reasons why I went into education was because I could see that our people, both parents and educators in our settings in Nigeria, we don't really understand the needs of the child. And in order for us to be able to help our children to become the best that they can become, and I know that for a lot of parents, this is our dream. We don't want our children to be less than we are. We want them to be more than we are. And so when we don't understand their needs, we don't understand where the child is coming from, it creates a big divide between what we want to achieve with our children and what we actually will achieve with them in years to come. I really want us to consider this. Whatever we're doing today, we will not see the results until many years after, decades after. That is when the real results of what we're doing with these children will come forth. This is the truth about life. In families, you work hard to give your children the best. You work hard to train your children. You believe that what you're doing is what is right. But your belief becomes a reality or a dysfunctional reality when the child has become an adult. I am calling out to parents, to educators, please try and understand how children develop, understand how they learn, understand what is age appropriate for these children. I am concerned. Children are not allowed to complete one developmental growth pattern before they are pushed to the next. What am I talking about? Children who are still supposed to be in preschool are already in primary school. Children that are supposed to be in primary school are already in secondary school. It does not help. It does not help. This is sad, and it is increasing the problems that our children are having. When they get to secondary school, they cannot cope. When they get to university, everything is too much for them because they're not ready. They're not emotionally ready. They're not socially ready for where we put our children. The fact that a child may be able to cope with the academic side of what it is that they're doing in the classroom or in the lecture room does not mean that they are ready for it. Does not mean that they are ready for the social and the emotional pressures that they will face in those settings. It affects the child. Children end up becoming what they should not have become. And I'm not talking about their career. I'm talking about the way that they actually behave, the way they react to things. We are digging a hole. Please, parents, teachers, school owners, I am begging you, because this is, I can see that we're not getting it. And I am not here to claim that I know everything. I don't. I don't know everything. But I am truly concerned. Children are unhappy. And you know we are dealing with COVID. Even the way we're dealing with COVID, for crying out loud. We need to be careful. This is the life of our country that we are talking about. And we need to take it seriously. I am concerned. Children that are less than 12 years old, 11 years old, even in the United Kingdom, you have to be 11 plus to go into secondary school. What is wrong with us? Why must an 8-year-old go into secondary school? And then when they do, yes, they will pass the exams. We are not saying that they're dumb or daft or they are academically not ready, but those are not the only yardsticks that you should use to get your child into a secondary school, for crying out loud. Please, why are we rushing? Where are we rushing to? I keep saying this thing, and I think this year I'm going to continue talking about these things. There are two issues that made me come online today. One is this issue about rushing these children too much. The second is the fact that some of us, educators, we have a wrong understanding, and I'm sorry to say this, a wrong understanding of what is right for the child. But it must be said. What am I talking about? What is age appropriate for each child? What are they even capable of really understanding? We can't just come in, one size does not fit every child in your classroom, in your family, parents. The fact that one older child was able to do this, and that does not mean that the younger child is going to be able to do the same thing. The fact that a younger child is doing this, and that does not mean that your older child should be able to do those things, and you start comparing and contrasting. Wrong. Then we talk about the books the children read, which is the second thing that made me come online today. I remember when I was publishing the Kids Zone magazine, and we took the Kids Zone magazine to schools. It was for children. It was a magazine for children, and things that children would be interested in. You will hear, what is this? It's too small. We have finished buying all the books that the children will read for this term. Maybe next term. They don't need to read, or they have enough. I beg your pardon? It's too small. What is this? Is this a story? How old are these children? I have just been talking to somebody who writes really good things. Very, very well written stories, engaging stories. And she was telling me about what educators were saying to her when she first of all started. Because I asked her, how many words are these stories you're writing? And the amount of words sounded so too much. I said, how old are these children that you're writing for? She told me, and I said, okay, let me go online and I will go and get some stats. So I got some stats out for her. How many words usually do publishers globally, internationally ask for per age of child? And I listed everything out for her. Do you know what she said to me? She said, yes, ma. I totally agree with you. In actual fact, I have many books that I bought for my school. But when we take similar things that we have written to schools, they start saying that this is too small for the child. The child will finish reading it in 1 hour. It should not even take a child 1 hour to read the book. Why? I don't understand why we are like this. We put too much on the child. Children, babies, they're supposed to be reading board books, picture books, images. That's what you're supposed to be discussing with these children. The older children, maybe a couple of 100 words will suffice with lots of pictures. Even the older children, you don't need long books. I wish you could look at what we do in the Montessori setting. The books that our children have are very small, very tiny books. Why? So that the child does not get overwhelmed. But we find that we overwhelm our children with too much. It's too much. Please, parents, teachers, this is 2021. Let us learn. Let us be resourceful. I'm going to talk about resourcefulness. Let us be resourceful and find out what is best for these children so we can give them the best. You will not know the damage that we are doing to these children now. It is later on, when they're much older, that it will become very apparent and it will be too late. So please, I'm saying, my dear parents and teachers, let us become more for our children. Let us use 2021 to find out what they need and provide what they need. Not what we think they need, but what do they actually need. Age-appropriate learning activities, age-appropriate books, not big books. How much? No, that's not what we should be thinking about. Will the child be able to cope? Can the child understand? Will the child love to read this? That's what we should be looking at. So, my people, thank you so much for coming online. I can see that we have quite a number of people here. If you do have questions, please ask. I'm just looking at what I have here. Hello, everyone. It's not everybody that I can see, but for those that are online now, that I can see Damilola Oniyide. Mrs. Koleowo, hello, how are you? Adenike Lawal. Lekon Lawal. Emmanuel. Hello. Akimbola Femi. Thank you for coming online. Margaret, Ojiji, Abbas, Abiodun, Mary, Bolaji. Thank you, everybody, for coming online. If you do have questions, please do ask. And I hope to be back later with another couple of things that I am concerned with in our sector. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.